Welcome in everybody. I figured I'd start a little bit earlier since we got a few people in here. And hopefully I can figure out if this is done correctly. Let me just make sure. Just one moment. Let me fix the gaming scene and I'll be right back. I just want to make sure that everything's good because I don't know how to stream anymore. It's been so long. So hold on one moment. Okay, I think we got it fixed. There we go. All right, as far as everybody with levels, music levels, everything sounds good, I hope. Welcome in Dragon, welcome in Renee, welcome in GG. It's so good to see you guys. No worries, Renee. I'll be here whenever you get back. So what has everybody been up to? It seems like it has been forever since I've live streamed. Well, I mean, it has been forever since I've live streamed. A few things that you might notice, or maybe you won't, I don't know, but it is Martin Luther King Day, so happy Martin Luther King Day. And that means that the kiddos are out of school, so they are home with me. So you might hear a little bit of background noise along with the 500 animals that I have, which you might notice inside of my videos as well. That's perfectly normal. I do try to keep all that to a minimum while I'm live streaming, but you may hear it. And if you do, that's why. And then as far as joining this world, this is currently a solo world. Now, I might kind of rebuild a team for Project Bedrock, maybe season 3 or maybe even on this world. I don't know. I'm still up in the air about it. I guess it really depends on, you know, if I'm able to find some content creators and you know, find more down-to-earth chill people mainly. But if that were to happen, I would be doing things a little bit differently. So as of right now, this world's solo. I'm gonna try and get a bunch of stuff done. I don't think my clear weather add-on is working. I think I might have taken it off here. What about sleeping? Maybe in the bed? Nope. That worked. We'll just go until it's nighttime. And the rain's gone. Wonderful. You can build a secret pyramid. That's pretty cool. I feel like pyramids, I don't know. It seems like a lot of people do pyramids. Seems like they're done up, you know, quite a bit. And it's kind of hard to make something that really hasn't been seen before. I guess that's anything with Minecraft, right? Seems like everything's been done. The game's been out so long. See, I built a pyramid too. It's just got a beacon on top of it. So basically, I'm going to be building some more stuff over here. This is going to be in preparation to the next episode, and it's going to be focusing on this here. And as you can see, if I'm going to put any kind of build around this thing, it is going to need to be a massive build, which means a whole lot of materials. So we're going to be gathering up materials today and hopefully having some good conversation while doing so. Going to need a whole lot of, well, I started with this little box over here. So I got all of this white concrete. And then I also have some tuff left over, courtesy of Renee. So we got this stuff as well. I'm going to need some of this. And then, as you can see, I got a whole lot of empty shulker boxes with me as well. And honestly, I should probably grab some wood to take with me. I do have shulker shells in my in chest. I mean, don't have a ton of them. Or I put them in my wallet, didn't I? Yeah, so I got 14. So I could make, what would that be, 7 additional shulker boxes if I need to. And then somewhere around here I got wood. There we go. So I think with the wood, what I'm going to do is just punch out some chests real quick. 32 of those. And we'll just store those in the ender chest as well. Oh, yeah, I got my wallet. I'll just throw it in my wallet. Now, it doesn't seem like I'm having any issues with my mic, but my headset has died, so I have the music running through my desktop speakers. If you guys hear any kind of echo or reverb, let me know and I'll see if I can fix it. Let me catch up on chat there. Welcome in, Twisted. Good to see you. Yeah, so that's the thing, is I'm kind of weird about that. And you know, I really try to be respectful even with previous members that were on here but are no longer on here. So I don't really want to disturb anybody's stuff. The only thing that I was up in the air with was like the shopping district. I've purchased a few things to put my sword back together, but I've been paying that like it should be. And kind of paying it even though, I mean, there's nobody that's running the store now. So I don't know, I just think that that's kind of like the respectful thing to do, even though, I mean, hindsight, it probably doesn't matter. But I don't know, that's just how I am, I guess. I'm just an odd one, I suppose. Not button, GG, it's button with 2 D's. You misspelled it. So I know that I'm probably going to be, yeah, not geared up properly for this. You know, before I do this, let's go ahead and heal the tools. I did crank this thing down to 2 portals. Just to keep it lag friendly and not kill myself, hopefully. Oh god, I'm new at this. Forgive me. Okay, turn that on. Turn that on. And get my little XP cart. Beautiful thing about the new free camp version, guys, is you can just, well, apparently not. You can't do the hotkey in the minecart. So we'll just use the command. And yeah, you could check out what's going on out here. But for whatever reason, I don't know why, and I know it's on Minecraft's side of things. Whenever you're in the minecart, it doesn't allow you to use the crouch button, even though it's reading directly from the input. You can't crouch, and it should detect the button because it's not going by the player input. I mean, with free cam, the way it's set up, you can always face down and then move forwards, but it's still kind of annoying. So let's go ahead and heal these tools real quick. I guess I can't use my hotkey, so I guess I gotta use the old-fashioned commands. And we'll heal up this one, and this one, and I guess this one too. Move all this. And while we're doing this, I'll take a look at chat, see where we're at. What are you talking in reference to with a scoreboard? Most of my packs, believe it or not, use a scoreboard behind the scenes. It just doesn't have the display on. So like free cam, the speed settings on that, it currently uses scoreboards to keep track of the player speed. So whenever you type in S5, it's setting a scoreboard speed of, I think S5's 250, if I remember right, or 300, one of the two. But yeah, that's basically changing the speed on it. It's just not visible. Welcome in, Dinozo. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that correctly. Dinozo. Renee is right. All of the links for everything that you need to know is down inside. Well, actually, down inside the description below. It should be. If not, I'm a horrible streamer. I'm a horrible streamer. I haven't updated the lower description on stream. My website should be on there, I think. But my website's rsbuilt.net. Pretty easy and straightforward to remember. It was designed that way on purpose. You don't know how to do player teams? Well, it just depends on what all you're trying to set up. I mean, stuff like that's highly variable, and you know, you're able to set it up really however you want in most cases. But it just depends on, you know, what your end goal is. You would want to set up scoreboards and stuff around that. No, thank you for that, Denenzo. I appreciate that. Oh, let me move on so I can start healing up this other one here. Yeah, I've been really into making packs and programming and putting that together. And I've kind of gotten away from the farms. However, there are a few farms that I do want to build. Something that I've been really wanting to do. I really want to keep going forward with the simple farms. They seem like they do really well, and I think that they really help a lot of your, you know, regular just Minecraft players. I just been so backed up, and I'm working full time now, so really, you know, trying to juggle all the time. And then add that on top of being a father, and you know, repairs around the house and husband duties and everything else. You know, it's quite a bit to juggle, needless to say. But yeah, I want to do some more farms. I was thinking earlier it'd be cool to do like a gold farm / mob farm where it's all in one. I think that'd be a pretty cool thing to work on, and of course make it as compact as possible. So that should be pretty neat, and maybe something I'll work on in the future. And then something else that I want to start doing is making videos from trending topics. Trending has been something that I've really ignored with my YouTube channel. I've just kind of been flying by the seat of my pants per se, and just building and doing whatever I want. But I want to try and mix some trending into it and see how that affects the channel's growth. I think that could be really cool. Play on Donut SMP. Should all do a project together. Yeah. That just goes back to what I was just saying. Not that I don't want to. That would be a ton of fun. But again, where do you get the time? But I suppose that's always the question. No shortage of time, I suppose. The ones built a trap. Yeah, traps are fun to build. Okay, this must be like a new Minecraft bug. I don't know. I can't really... Wasn't it before? Maybe I'm misremembering, but wasn't it like before you could crouch and get out of the minecart? Maybe not. Let's finish clearing this out. Yeah, I mean, Minecraft is one of those games where, you know, you're continuously learning. I mean, I've been playing since 2011, and I'm still learning each day. But I mean, it's constantly being changed, so there's always new stuff to learn. But I even learned stuff about, you know, older Minecraft. I don't really play on mobile much. I have some mobile accounts that I use. Oh, that's a creeper next to my bed. But if I play mobile, I have to have a controller with it. I do not like playing with the touchscreen. I find it to be very much of a pain in the butt. Same thing with, you know, tablets and stuff like that. So I need to kind of scratch my brain and find where the old mesa biome is. I think it's at the end of the really long tunnel that Renee did. Hello, cow. I think it might be this way. Let me get rid of all this garbage too. Garbage. Perfect. I can't remember. I think it was this tunnel that Renee dug like 50 million miles long. And I think this might be the one that leads out to the desert. We shall see. I will tell you guys, I have started designing a building, which will be my very first building. And I think that it's coming along absolutely epic, and it makes me even more excited to get this city started. I think it's really gonna look good once it's all done. How old am I? I'm in my 30s. Welcome in, Iris. Good to see you. I think it's precisely 50 million.7, but I mean, I was just kind of estimating. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with mobile players. There's a lot of good mobile players, and a lot of you know, cool things that they do. There was I'm not sure if he's still making content, but there was oh, I'm trying to think of his name. Ben the Human, I think. He was a mobile player, and he, you know, built all kinds of off the wall stuff. I don't know if he's still making any type of YouTube content. I haven't reached out to him in quite some time, but there's a lot of different YouTubers that are mobile. So I mean, it's not really that mobile YouTubers are held back or anything, or mobile players are held back. It's just, I guess the only thing that they're held back with is like resources, running big farms and render distance. But other than that, I mean, that doesn't really change a ton whenever it comes to the content side of things. I mean, you can't see as far, but I mean, not really a huge deal. Welcome in, Doug. What are you doing stealing all my sand, man? Funny thing is, I didn't even come over here for sand. Wanted to come over here for the mesa biome. Well, field of view is not really dependent on the device that you're playing on, from my understanding. That's more so your settings, what your settings are set to. I'm almost certain that this thing will probably be rated, but what is this? Is this even... Oh, it's like way buried. Oh! I didn't even realize that I used that button to crouch. I always thought that I used B. Okay. So I just recently changed my I changed my zoom button off of my, if you guys are longtime viewers, then you might remember that I used to have it on my pick block button. But then every time that you go to zoom in, Or every time I went to pick block something, it would like zoom in. Probably give people headaches. So I changed it to the other right button, and that's normally crouch. And I didn't really think that I ever used that, but apparently I do, because I just tried to crouch and about fell to my death. So maybe I should rechange that. But also, I need to find where that portal's at. There it is. Yeah, I honestly think that PC is the way to go. But I mean, that's my opinion. I'm very biased whenever it comes to that because I'm myself a PC player. But didn't always be, or I haven't always been, if I can English today. I mean, it started off on Java Edition on PC, of course, but then went over to what used to be Console Edition, and then was on Console Edition for some time, but then it got transitioned over to Bedrock Edition, and then due to mainly Microsoft, funny enough, they're the reason why I transitioned over to PC playing, because I hate paying for Xbox Live. You know, I understand that they have to make their money, but you know, it's kind of sucky whenever you're buying a game and you're just paying to access the internet, especially whenever it's free on PC. Oh boy, man, I don't have an ender chest. Rats. Do I have that box of rockets on me? No, of course I don't. I can't find that portal. Oh, this has all gone downhill very quickly. Well, guys, I guess it's the Shoe Leather Express from this point forwards until we find that portal. Unless anybody wants to rewind the stream and let me know what those coordinates are of that initial portal that we just popped out of. Alright, thanks for dropping in, Dragon. And yes, sir, the Ninzo, I am playing on PC. Congratulations on winning the Squid Games. I have absolutely no idea what that is, but congratulations. That sounds very exciting. Welcome in, Co the Valley. Getting gold to play multiplayer is such a scam. They're Microsoft. They get so much money from so many different things. It's unnecessary. Yeah. I can kind of see both sides of the story. You know, I try to look at their point of view as well, but I don't know. I think that the whole way that they go about consoles is just, I don't know, not ideal. I feel like, you know, them having it locked down to where, you know, you can't add any add-ons and stuff, kind of frowned upon, in my opinion. Kind of forces them to buy stuff from the marketplace. And then it also has a double side effect to where you want to have content creators start making on the, you know, Microsoft marketplace store as well. And I don't think that it's always in the sense of trying to make money from the independent content creators. I mean, of course, the money would be nice to have, but I think it's also trying to help get their stuff out to console players, where it's really locked down the way that you can put add-ons on your world. All right, let's see where we're at. Thanks, Love Mikey. I appreciate you dropping those coordinates. So 13,493. Doesn't look like we're too far. So it's this way, and then 53. So this way. So hopefully it's over here. Trying to get right, go towards the mesa. I think Renee's been out here so much. She just has it all memorized. Whoa! What happened over here? Don't mind if I do. Hello, beautiful. Sand is one of those things that I need to gather as well, which is why I'm taking the time to gather it. And it's starting to turn nighttime and I don't want to be out here. Denenzo asked, do you ever think the Bedrock should get iron farms like Java? My answer to that is yes. And the reason why I say that, and I don't think that every parity change should go towards Java. Is this the... Was this the one that I originally came out of? Maybe it was. The reason why I say that is because I think that iron farms are entirely too easy on Bedrock Edition. And I think that they should really have more depth to them. More skill to build, if you will. And I think bringing those changes from Bedrock Edition, or from Java Edition rather, over to Bedrock would be a very positive change. Okay, got an ender chest, got some more rockets. Yeah, they will still get tons of cells, but the thing is you got to remember that this is not really a game to them, it's an investment. So as far as Microsoft looking at it, they really don't care what the game is. They really don't care what the mechanics are. The only thing they care about is how much money it's bringing in, which is how you have to look at it running a business. So they can make changes, and you know, if those changes bring in more money, then you know that's something that they'll support. But if it doesn't bring in more money, then you know they're going to make different changes to change that, because at the end of the day their main reason is to maximize their profits. And I don't think that it's really them trying to be negative. I think that it's, you know, the way that you literally have to look at it if you're running a business. If not, then you go out of business. So I don't think that it's really done in spite, even though, you know, I don't agree with it. Most all Bedrock players don't agree with it. But at the end of the day, you know, it's their circus and we're joining it. So, I mean, they're the ones running it. Let me take a look and see. This portal's next to... Okay. Already got that. Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the next thing that you see. They'll be basically making it to where, oh no, you can't play on servers anymore. You have to play on realms. That was mentioned by Iris, by the way. Heads up, because you need both gold and realms for the Xbox, yeah. I've just, we transitioned over from realms a long time ago. We've been on, I think this is what we need here. Let's see, terracotta. So that's regular terracotta. But that's like too dark of brown. I mean, honestly, I probably need all of this, but because it's, if I don't need it for this project, I'm going to need it for future projects. You know what I mean? Is it this? This is kind of orange though, right? Yeah. Denenzo, what are you working on right now? I am gathering up materials so I can make my first building in my city. Bedrock would be perfect if it had Java features like better cross-reference for things like redstone and farms, as well as other little things like offhand any items. Yeah, I think that's what they're working towards. It's just with the C language, it's a lot more difficult to work with as opposed to the Java that Java Edition's written in, hence the name. And it's a lot more prone to bugs, not just due to the language, but also due to having it try to run on every single device known to man. I honestly think that it would be a better use of Microsoft's money. Wait, what? Oh, it's because it was a river biome. That's why it was raining. I was like, why is it raining in the middle of the mesa? Oh, it's not just raining, it's thunderstorming. This is not good. Where's my bed? We're just gonna, fly away from these guys real quick. And, I don't know how I just did that, but that was amazing. I thought I just died there for a moment. Oh, that was awesome. Wait, why is it? Did I not sleep away the thunderstorm? Anyways, what I was saying was, I truly believe that it would be in their best interest to go two different ways with it. I think they should have a mobile version that's supported on tablets. Tablets, and then also mobile devices, you know, phones, iPads, stuff of that nature. Stuff that is relatively of low resources. And then I think they should have Bedrock Edition. The reason being is because, well, Bedrock Edition is held back substantially by just running on mobile devices. Now, I think that they're trying to find ways to work around this, because I'm very curious why I can't sleep through the thunderstorm. Because they are supposedly bringing the Java spawning to Bedrock Edition, so I'm going to assume, just from looking at it at a program standpoint, they have recently added in where you're able to detect what devices you're running on. So I'm going to assume that they are going to basically make things scalable on the devices that you're running. Like gray terracotta. I think this is what I need. And then that way it'll be where you can scale the mob spawning. So for example, if you know, were running on a PC and you could handle 80 mobs, then you could set that to basically the scalability. Or perhaps they'll just do it behind the scenes to where, you know, it's not settable. But given their track record with allowing things to be scalable, I would think that they would most likely make it to where the player can set it. Let me take a look at chat, see where we're at. Yeah, well, I mean, that's why one of the things that's really pushed me to become more of a developer for what I focus on is vanilla add-ons that kind of complement the Bedrock experience. You know, I'm not trying to make add-ons that are, you know, off the wall per se. I would get the one mob that can actually fit in here. But like the F3 screen, that's something that, you know, I'm trying to bring over from Java Edition over to Bedrock. And, you know, I'm able to do more and more with it as they release the ability on the APIs. So, I mean, stuff like that. If you guys are familiar with the free cam mod, I'm bringing this over to Bedrock Edition. So, I'm trying to, you know, kind of be I don't really want to say a single person doing it, because there's most certainly a bunch of other ones. You know, you look at Mad Hatter and other developers that are doing stuff like this, but I just think that it just really increases the playability of the game. Makes it so much more fun, in my opinion. You know, some people turn around and, oh yeah, this cheating, you know, this and that, but you know, I don't care about achievements. I've never really have cared about achievements aside from, you know, maybe whenever I really started playing Bedrock Edition and that was like a newer thing that they were adding in. But I think achievements as a whole should go away. I think that they're utterly pointless. I think that it should be like Java Edition, to where you actually have it reset every time with a new world. That way you have a goal in that new world every time. That way you can actually have something to strive for. But like with old players like me, geez, I just called myself old. All of my achievements are for the most part done, aside from some of the newer ones that might have been added in. But I really don't care about the achievements. The achievements used to be kind of a standard where it's like, oh, well, if you don't have achievements, you're cheating. Well, you can't really say that nowadays, because if you don't have achievements, I can take, you know, less than 5 minutes and turn them back onto any world, you know, using third-party programs. Just easy to do. So I don't really think that it's something that really bookmarks somebody that's cheating or not. And I think to kind of sacrifice the ability of having packs on your world that greatly increase your playing experience just to not have achievements, I think that it's a trade that I'd be happy to make every single time, honestly. But everybody's different, you know. Everybody likes, or there's other people that like achievements. There's other people that don't really care about stuff like that. I mean, given some of these are, you know, content creation mods, or add-ons, I should say, since it's not Java. But it's, you know, I don't know. That's one of those things that, like I said, I would change every single time. As long as it's not any type of cheaty mod, you know, or cheaty add-on. I try to keep it as vanilla as possible. Alright, let's catch up on chat here. Yeah, some differences are very weird, Co. I agree. Iris says, my opinion is that it's not that easy managing so many villagers take time. Yeah. I believe that was in reference to the iron farm. Yeah, villagers can be an absolute pain. Hopefully the new update structures open up the possibility for some better stability changes. Yeah. What farms am I working on now? I'm currently not really working on many other farms. I have kind of a multi-farm that I've put together. I just haven't had the time to release a tutorial for it. And I don't know if I will. It's kind of, I don't know. Well, let's see if we can pop out of this world real quick. And wonder if I'm going to suffocate whenever I come back in. And I will show you guys, if I can even find it. I mean, this is a newer, simple witch farm that I was going to release, but I just haven't ever gotten around to it. Kelp farm. This is one that I need to release. That's the unbreakable kelp farm. Truly unbreakable. Unless Bedrock changes something. But it uses flying machines. And apparently I have teleported way away from it, so I don't even know where it's at. Oh, there it is. That giant monstrous thing. Monstrosity, that's the word I was looking for. I don't know what the random tick speed is on this. But this is one that I've been wanting to release. You can see that the storage has since way filled up. Or is backed up. That's from running it from the random tick speed being so high. I can't really remember. I think this button enables it. I designed this thing like over a year ago. Yeah, look at the random tick speed. How fast it is. This thing's expensive. Because of all the observers. But it's literally a flying machine that does not use observers. And it's unbreakable. You can literally leave this world, come back in, and because it's not relying on observer updates to run it, it'll pick up exactly where you left off. This is very similar if you have seen the other unbreakable flying machine farm that I have. It's not a kelp farm, but it is like a main, I don't know how to explain it. it does things like cactuses, bamboo, sugarcane. You can do hanging stuff, you know, so all of that. And like I said, it's unbreakable because it runs off of a clock, and that clock basically updates the flying machine and powers it without having to have observers on it. So that is definitely going to be making its way into this world, the Project Bedrock world, eventually. I don't know when. Don't look at those little sneak peek pictures. And then trying to think of where that multi-farm might be. Sorting system world. That was a sorting system that I was working on, a super fast sorting system that I've never released. In case you guys don't know, I will not release something if I'm not happy with it. This is the other one that I designed. This one was released on a tutorial, so you guys do have access to this one. It is not the same as this one, but it's just very similar. It's had changes made to it. And this is the Conjuring, which is one of Renee's worlds. But as you can see, he's got hanging dripstone in there. You got all of the hanging variants of the crimson vines, I believe those are called. The green vines, warped. You got sugarcane, and then down below, sugarcane and bamboo. And then you can put cactus in this, but cactus doesn't work as well. I don't know if the random tick speed's turned up on this one because this is a copy of the world. This is not an actual world that is Renee's anymore. It's just a copy of the one that we were on. Well, I'm still on it, but let's see with this one. Can't remember if you enable it. I know this was like a daytime, a day counter, but there should be a button around here to, there we go. That's the one I'm looking for. Then this one basically works on the same principle. This one has the two different flying machines. And yeah, you can see there's one on top, one on the bottom, and just got a random tick speed way too fast. So if we lower that back down, and like I said, this one is on my channel for a tutorial. So this is I think just overall a really cool farm. Then I'm trying to think of the other one. Help farm. I'm wanting to say, is it on this one? My world. Let's try this one and see. And then we'll jump back on the Project Bedrock server. I just wanted to show the multi-farm. Don't think there was anything in this one. I think this was maybe like a free cam tutorial world or something. Yeah, I got free cam on here. Oh, so even got the updated free cam with the double tap to go faster. So yeah, I don't think that this is the, I don't see anything significant here. There's a half of a village at render distance. Let's look at this one, and if it's not on this one, then we'll jump back in the Project Bedrock. Apparently that chunk's not loaded. So this was some testing that I was doing for the FPS. What's that over there? Nothing of significance. Let me, actually, brought me right back here. I have way too many farms, way too many worlds with farms. Which farm? I don't think it was this one. But anyways, the farm that I'm trying to find, and I'll probably eventually make a tutorial on it. It was basically a combination. I don't even know what I just clicked on. Basically a combination farm that had like all of your early game farms into it. And basically making like a one-stop shop for all of them. So it would be a one farm that you put down, but you'd be able to harvest like so many different items in it. With like yeah, I figured that would happen. With like flowers and dyes and sugarcane and a bunch of other stuff. Can't get back in the crawl mode here. Ooh, like a mesa cave. Before I get crazy digging, let me just catch up on chat real quick. Try not to skip over anybody. I share the first farm that I built. I don't even remember the first farm that I built. Using chunk base, I don't believe... See, the thing is, honestly, you know, it comes down to the perception of people whether or not it's cheating, right? So, for like the regular player, I mean, if you wanted to use chunk base, I personally don't view it as cheating. However, whenever it's like you're making content, the thing is that we really don't have the time to be looking around constantly for, you know, let's say if I wanted to go to a new, oh, trying to think of the name of it, something garden. Come on, brain, you can do it. Spool up. Anyways, the new garden biome. If I wanted to look for one of those, like, you could do it survival, and don't get me wrong, sometimes even being a content creator, I just enjoy going out and going on a search for stuff like that. But I feel like if you're trying to do it solely just to get like materials or something, as it's like a step in the way. So for example, like right now, if I had, you know, use for some of that new wood type, for the white oak or the pale oak, pale garden, that was the name of it. Thank you for that, Co. But if I wanted to get some of that and it was kind of a step in the way of me, like just trying to grind out my materials to get stuff done, where I'm trying to go there to get the materials, but not so much for the enjoyability of like just going on an exploration, then I think chunk base makes sense, because at the end of the day, like being a content creator, yes, I do it for enjoyment. I do it for, you know, my fans. But at the same time, I'm also doing it for, you know, kind of a business that you're running. So I want to be able to... Nope. Why you stand me up in here? Out of here. I want to be able to do that efficiently. I want to be able to go get my materials and move on to the project that I really want to get done. So in that sense, I think then chunk base makes sense. You know, the same thing with, you know, a bunch of other different aspects of the game. You know, I think that as long as you're using it, you're not really gaining anything other than you're gaining speed. Dude, really? What is with all of these one block tall mobs? So I personally don't see that as cheating if it is where you're gaining speed. Now, if you're going in there and you're doing something like building a sand duper, now you're gaining materials. Okay, and I guess you could make the argument that, well, I'm just doing this instead of, you know, going out and utilizing, you know, desert and taking time to mine it. Yeah, but I think that's makes a big difference, because using chunk base, well, yeah, I guess you could really go 6 one way, half a dozen another with it. Because you could make the same argument for, you know, using chunk base, where like, well, if you went on a mission looking for it, it would be more dangerous. You would have more of a chance of dying if you got lost. But at the end of the day, you're not gaining materials, and that's kind of where I think the whole cheating thing comes in. But I guess it just comes down to the person, really. You know, there's plenty of other servers and stuff that do allow sand dupers. So I don't know. I guess it just comes down to the perception of your viewers, honestly. I personally don't think anything where you're gaining materials is not cheating. I think that's kind of ruins the game for you, honestly. And it's not just a matter of saving time. You know, you go out and you grind for sand and whatnot. You have to, you know, fix your tools. You have to be out there during the nighttime whenever the mobs come. But again, I guess the same conversation could be had more or less for, you know, chunk base going to just find a Pale Garden or any other new biome. So, like I said, I think it really comes down to the eye of whoever's watching the video. And it's something that I will always try to keep in mind whenever I'm making my content. Whenever it comes to stuff like that, I would always veer on the side of caution than to, you know, be labeled as, you know, a unlegit person. Because the last thing I want to do is put all of this time and energy and effort into making this survival world and making, you know, all of this hard work come true with, you know, my vision in my head, only to be labeled as a cheater and that it was illegitimate, you know. So I would much rather veer on the side of, you know, more or less just being cautious with it, in my opinion. That's enough rambling on with that. Let me go ahead and check the other chat here. If it's for slime chunk, then it's not cheating. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing. You know, it's really, you're just cutting down on the time, in my opinion. Slime chunks are one of the more worst design mechanics in Minecraft. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'd be all for having, you know, singular slime chunks instead of them going from Bedrock to the top of the world, or the top of, you know, wherever they go to. I can't remember. I think it's like 60 something. Other than that, depends on what you want and what your values are. Yeah, I agree with that, Co. Renee says, ditto, you are addressing the playability and cross-play, giving us all similar features that Java has. Oh, no worries, Renee. Doug, I'd not be against the Xbox Live, any world-type achievement staying, but I'd love to see the per-world advancements coming to Bedrock, too. Yeah, I'm not saying that they really should do away with the, you know, overall advancements or achievements. I think they're advancements on Java. But I think that they should definitely have them per world. Co says, I definitely like the advancements. Please help log your progress instead of in general. Yeah. Yeah, I've never really been into the add-ons that give you the advancements and stuff. More, I feel like that's kind of unvanilla, even if it's, you know, kind of a replica of what vanilla has. What's the point of the kelp farm? So the kelp farm, you can smelt down into the kelp blocks, and kelp blocks make a good fuel. They used to be one of the only automated fuels before we got the crafters. And they were, you know, more efficient fuel, but I think that the kelp block is, you know, honestly a great block to build with as long as you're matching the color palette well. Oh yeah, Renee, whenever, if you want to just send that over to me. You moved the node craft, okay. Been getting back into Redstone and Minecraft in general. Crazy Farms always has its appeal to me. Yeah, well that's kind of where, no, I didn't say Alexa. Cancel. That's where, you know, I kind of fell in love with the tutorials, with just making farms that, you know, striving for efficiency. And, you know, I think that a lot of my farms are some of the best on Bedrock, and I'm not saying that being biased. I just, you know, put a lot into them, and, you know, I thoroughly bug test them, and I think it speaks for myself because, actually in, I believe 2 days will be my 3 years on YouTube. and I can count on one hand the number of my farms that have broken in those 3 years. And that's because, you know, I thoroughly test them. I try to look for things that could be a problem in the future, and most importantly, I don't exploit bugs in my farms. So, let's see. Would love to be able to design your own eventually. Yeah. The best thing is to just bring up the wiki and, you know, other sources of information and read on what you're trying to build as far as the spawning mechanics, and then get in the testing world and start placing blocks. The biggest and best teacher is failure, and the only way that you're going to do that is to build farms that don't work. So you keep doing that and you'll eventually get better, and, you know, eventually be able to build a ton of great farms. Imagine they remove the Trident Killer. I honestly look for the Trident Killer to be removed. I don't think that's going to be removed anytime soon, but I think with them adding in the new mobs for Bedrock Edition, where it's going to be matching the Java spawning, I think that they will eventually add in Sweeping Edge also. And I think once we get Sweeping Edge, then they're going to say that there's no use to have Trident Killers anymore. Which, I mean, I can't honestly disagree with them with that. You know, the Trident Killer has always been a bug, and, you know, it's stayed in the game because of our lack thereof, you know, having a remote way of, you know, AFKing. At least efficiently, I should say. Iris says I'd rage quit if they remove the Trident Killer. Yeah, I'd have to redesign, like, every single one of my farms that killed something. Welcome in, Rob. Good to see you. Sorry it's taken so long to acknowledge that you were here. I did see that you popped in a little bit ago. I was just trying to get caught up on chat. Co says it's not about the heights exactly. Slime chunks are impossible to identify from a normal chunk unless if you constantly wait in a different chunks for the slime spawn and slowly transitioning, and if you don't see any slimes. Yeah. I mean, the best way of doing that is just walking around in caves, and, you know, once you find a spot where you see a slime spawn, you try and narrow it down. That was the old school way before we had chunk base. But what do you think you're doing? But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of tools and stuff that I would love to make with add-ons, especially with like the F3 screen and stuff. Like, I would love to put biomes and stuff in, but there's really no way or no good way of detecting biomes and stuff. So I'm kind of at the mercy of, you know, as Minecraft or Mojang adds it in. And you will notice that there are other add-ons that do show you biomes. However, none of those are actually accurate, because there's, to my knowledge, let me just put that little asterisk in there. To my knowledge, there is no way to detect what biome you're in. The way that other packs do it is they detect blocks around you. So, for example, if you were to detect, say a variant of terracotta and a cactus and a dead bush within, you know, X amount of blocks of the player, then we would assume that the player's in a mesa, or I guess it'd be Badland now, biome. And that's how the newer ones are doing it. Like, okay, we're detecting that there's seagrass, and now that we detected seagrass, we can assume that the player is now inside of a river biome or an ocean biome. But to my knowledge, there's not a way of doing it. As soon as there is, I'll surely be adding that into the F3 screen as well. Bless you. To be 2T is unplayable for seriously long queue alone. I'm not quite sure what that is. I feel like I'm on a palm face as soon as somebody tells me. You think Java, it's Java only? So I don't think, luckily enough, I need too terribly much of this. Oh, Java Anarchy server. Yeah. I put in way too much effort to have somebody blow my stuff up. I think something like that would be fine as long as you had like the mindset to it. But you just have so many different people rage. I'd much rather be on a server to where you could build like more or less kingdoms and stuff and then like go to war with each other. That would be cool. But I think just to spend a mass amount of time building something only to have it blown up, that's a big no for me. Alright guys, I'm going to put myself in a little box here and I'm going to run to the restroom. I'll be right back in about 2 minutes. All right. Did anybody else hear that Jeopardy music? Just me? Okay. No, totally joking. That's all Renee's response. Yeah, playing Donut SMP is so amazing. So, one of the main reasons that I don't play on other SMPs is because I'm the type of person where I believe if you want something done, you do it yourself. And I don't like relying on people because I've been let down, you know, most of the time whenever I've relied on somebody. You know, and that's unfortunately just the way that it you know, works out in today's world. And then the people that I tend to keep around in my life, for like the 5 friends that I actually have, those are people that I know are going to have my back regardless. But that's the reason why I started the Project Bedrock in the first place, is because I wanted to have, you know, the ability to have friends on the server to where, you know, we could have a blast, make great content together, have a good time. You know, I guess that'd be the same as having a blast, honestly. But then not have to worry about it going anywhere. And that's kind of my biggest fear on, you know, having a SMP, you know, go onto an SMP, and then you put all this hard work in, and then, well, the next day they decide to shut down the server or whatever, or lose interest in it. And then you just lost everything, you know. So that's the main reason why I do things the way that I generally do. And that's why I'm still on this world, because I'm trying to see this through, because I'm, you know, really excited about getting this stuff done and basically making that vision in my head come to life. Cousin Donut SMP, we do things that are in like Java, mob spawning, sweeping edge, iron golem farm, stuff of that nature. I gotcha. No worries. That's the beautiful thing about Minecraft, is you can do so many different things with it. Nah, it is what it is, you know. I wish them all the best, regardless of, you know, how things went down. You know, it is what it is, you know. You can't really lose friends if they were never friends to begin with, you know what I mean? So, the more time that I spend, you know, kind of stressing over it and being sad about it, it's, you know, it doesn't change the outcome. One of those things where, you know, be happy that it happened. I mean, not that, you know, what happened, but, you know, be glad that it happened with the experience. And I don't look for that to be the end. You know, I, you know, kind of get more along the mindset of where, you know, I'm going to be putting together probably Project Bedrock Season 3 with a whole new crew. And I'm probably going to be doing things a little different. I'm highly considering running it on a server as opposed to the old Optiplex. Nothing against the old Optiplex, but it just made it difficult with, you know, keeping it up and stuff like that. Let's kind of check out and see how much we have here. Thing that sucks with the Optiplex though is they're going to stop updating Windows 10. And then I don't think that's going to reach the system requirements for Windows 11. Yeah, I'm not sure which one I would go with if I had to go with one. Excuse me while I'm stuffing my face if you hear me chewing. What's up, little guys? Y'all are so cute. I have my Patreon server on oh, trying to think of the name of it. Shockbite. And it works well from my experience. They just got a whole brand new control panel, which is wonderful because that old control panel was horrible. Had so much latency, it was such a pain to use. Relied on FTP file sharing and just overall a bad user experience, but the new one seems to be much better. However, I can't speak on playability of it because I haven't really played on it that much. Rob might want to chime in there. I know he's played on it some, but every time I've logged on, it's, you know, seemed to perform well from what I could tell. A face cam? Okay, here. Let's do a face cam real fast. There you go. Here's your face cam. To everything that you thought it would be. You think it's great? You think it's wonderful? Do I have a pimple under my eye? What is that? Let me back up a little. Is that better? Is that too close? Does this helmet make my face look big? Okay. That's enough. Let's try to be semi-productive here. Let me see how much of this I got. Okay, that is... You know, I like that terracotta too. Let's see here. You know, you could have at least put it all in one box there, built. Yeah, you can easily get around that. Gates has realized people are not going to stay if he doesn't let Windows 10 users migrate. Yeah. I love Windows 10. You know, originally when it first came out, I did not love it. It's been a pain. Would I say that it's my favorite? Probably not. I think my favorite would still be XP. I don't know. They'd probably be pretty similar, in my opinion. Windows 10's really gotten to be a pretty good program. I'm not the biggest fan of Windows 11. I know even just from a gaming perspective, they were talking like a 30% degradation in performance just going to... Is this? Oh, that's regular terracotta. I was gonna say, you mean to tell me I didn't need to crawl in a hole all this time? But I think they probably got that fixed. That was more along the lines when it came out originally. But, hopefully it's, you know, better now. Why does it seem like the best colors always just require you to go to like the most narrow spot of the mesa? How much of a color difference is there? Light gray. I mean, it'd be nice if, I mean, was that light gray down there? That might be white. Oh, it is light gray. Okay, okay. I'll take back what I just said. I was just on the wrong layer. Then this would be white, even though it's not white. It's like a pinkish tinge. Yeah. Takes a lot of RAM to constantly spy on you and restrict your access to non-MS approved websites. Yeah. Like, if I want to watch adult sites, let me watch adult sites, damn it. Stop interfering with my life. You know, it uses a lot of RAM, as me having like 50 million browser extensions open, or browser tabs. But as bad as I am with that, I have found 2 people that are worse, and that's my children, because they recently just got tablets, because we wanted to get some well, as you guys probably heard me rant before, I've always been thoroughly against tablets. I don't believe for them to be, you know, a babysitter or anything. But we decided to get them this past Christmas due to the educational abilities for them, because they have some really good, like ABC mouse and stuff like that, to where they can do learning stuff on them. So we ended up getting that, and I went to open up the web page the other day whenever I was like editing the parental stuff, and there was like literally 100 browser tabs open. I'm like, how's this tablet even running? How's it even doing anything with all these tabs open? You would hate the taskbar on my work PC. Oh, don't say the W word, Renee. Oh. I was enjoying my paid day off. I don't want to have to think about the W word. No, one of the things that we use with one of the banks that I service at work, we have to go through a VPS, the virtual private server. And I'm like, just talking, and I brought this up in, you know, even the work chat, because, well, you know, you guys know me, I don't sugarcoat anything. You don't like it, fire me. But the VPS and stuff, like, you can't copy and paste anything from your computer to it. The latency's crazy. It takes like 5 minutes just to boot up. And I'm like, this is multi-billion-dollar companies. Like, we're talking about, and I can't, you know, name any of them, because of obvious reasons. But multi-million and multi-billion-dollar companies. And this is the best program you can come up with? I mean, TeamViewer outperforms this. Or any desk. Like, and I understand it's got to be secure, but like the latency of it, just the overall design of it, and then, you know, bugs and whatnot. You run into bugs to where like you enter a number wrong, and then no, I'm in a well, I guess it'd be Badlands biome. But yeah, you enter a number wrong, and then if they've had problems where the whole entire system was crashed, I'm like, why are we not spending more money on our programs? It's just, it's heinous. I'm gathering materials. That way I can go and build stuff. Not everybody plays on creative like you guys.
Yeah, I know, but that's gonna be a long way.
Yeah. That's why I got nether portals. Courtesy of Renee.
Wait, you could go nether portals all the way to the same area, but on this.
So you travel 8 blocks in the nether, or 1 block in the nether is equivalent to 8 blocks in the overworld.
You could spawn back to this world, but just go away.
Yeah, it's called. It's basically called nether traveling, and that's rude talk. Don't talk like that. That's an armadillo. I don't think he's on your version. Yeah, I don't think you could thank Microsoft for that, because I don't pay for live. Well, write a letter to Microsoft and tell him that, or tell them that you want to be able to update your Minecraft. I think I can actually update it without having live. I'm pretty sure. I just have to plug an internet cable into it. Yeah. I didn't say that. I said maybe. Yeah. He's been keeping me on my toes. The Ninzo says, I mean, face cam like real life. What's wrong with my Minecraft face? You don't like my Minecraft face? Huh? You don't like my Minecraft face? What's wrong with this? I mean, aside from the pimple under my eye, but aside from that, what's wrong with it? It looks just fine, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Okay, I'll stop. So I've talked about the whole face reveal thing before. It's, you know, not anything that I'm really against. It's just I really don't have a reason for it. One of the things that I've thought about is making a secondary channel. And this would be more of like a random, basically anything that I want to do channel. Let me grab this bed. And at that, since it'd be real life, it would probably have my face in it, you know, and maybe eventually live stream with a camera. I don't really mind, like I said, having my face out there. It's kind of more, what's the way of wording that? Kind of fun being a mystery as well. But the other things that, you know, I have to look out for is, of course, the privacy of my family, privacy of my kids, stuff like that. So, at that point, it comes a lot further from just, you know, being, you know, well, is it just something that I want to do? Well, sometimes that doesn't really matter. Not that it doesn't matter, but, you know, sometimes you got to look at other stuff other than what you want, if that makes sense. Okay. Okay. I don't know if that's going to be enough. I should have brought some TNT. You know what? Let's continue and fill this shulker box, and then we can move on to the next material. I don't know what it'll be. You know what I should have done is just come out here with a whole bunch of TNT and blown it all to high heavens. Renee says he looks the same in real life. I promise. Yeah, well, I tried to make this look, you know, similar to me. You know, as close as you can for Minecraft. I mean, my Minecraft character certainly has a better hairline than I do nowadays. You know, being sick, and I'm sure, you know, being a dad doesn't help with that. But, but aside from that, yeah. Try to make it look kind of close to me. Square jaw, gruffy, messy beard. And he's like 7 foot tall. I wish I was 7 foot tall. I'm not that tall. I'm just under 6 foot. I'm not like crazy tall. As of currently, I don't have any plans of doing a face reveal. Maybe if I do that channel, like I said. I do a lot of other Minecraft things. My brother-in-law the other day, which I took as a massive compliment, he called me and my wife interesting people. I'm like, oh, I never really thought about it that way, but thank you, I think. And yeah, just like I just like to do a lot of stuff, you know. At the end of the day, we're only on this earth so long, so I like to try and do as much stuff as I can. You know, get out and enjoy as much stuff as possible. Everybody that died today had plans for tomorrow, right? So, people have the worst outlook nowadays to where they live in a sense where they're going to live forever. And then they, you know, basically waste their days in a lot of cases. But, I mean, again, I guess that's kind of like to the eye of the beholder, right? Because if you are doing it in a way that you enjoy, then what else is there? You know, so I guess whether or not it's wasted, it really depends. But I think a lot of people get too caught up in life, you know, and especially, you know, I would thoroughly say working is most certainly a way of wasting your day. But yeah, I just like to go and do a lot of experiences. You know, on my deathbed, I want to be able to say that was one heck of a ride instead of saying, oh man, I wish I did this or I wish I did that. You know? So this is going to be the bottom part of a skyscraper that I'm going to be making. And the worst part is I'm not totally sold on this color. It's kind of the closest thing that I can match it to, because the thing that I'm building is it's kind of both. It's kind of a in real life building, but it's also a popular other building as well. I can't really say much more than that or else it'll give it away. But I mean, I could gather all this and then, you know, it's most certainly subject to change, so we'll just have to see how it goes, I suppose. Just about there. Oh. With going back to Nodecraft, what do you guys like? What are their tiers for their plans? Is it like crazy expensive? I've seen some of those that are through the roof. That's one of the reasons why I went with Shockbite, because I think they are like one of the cheapest, if not the cheapest, for what you get. Not that I'm a cheapskate by any means, but back whenever I set that up, that was my only source of income, is, you know, streaming and making videos. I wasn't back to work full time like I am now. What's the best bug in Bedrock? I don't know. Kind of a strange question. I would think currently probably Trident Killers, if I had to guess. I feel like a little mole. Nine bones. Well, that's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad at all. Yeah, I think that's one of the things that will most certainly be changed going over if I do put together Project Bedrock Season 3. Is this? Yeah, that's regular terracotta. I cannot imagine Minecraft without the crawling mechanic now. Tell you what. They've made so many great changes in the recent years. You know, I'm gonna eventually lose my my shulker box. Let me keep it in eyesight. A mole ruining the grass. Oh, you have those too, huh? I hate them things. Go out there and all my plants will die. You're like, why did they die? I've been watering them. And turns out the mole ate the roots off. Four gig RAM. That's awesome. How's the performance on it? That's one of the reasons why I stuck with the server so long, because I think that thing's running... What is it running? 30 gigs? 30 gigs of RAM, now giving us DDR3. I mean, I think the RAM speed's like 13 or 16. No, 1366 or something. I can't remember. Super slow compared to nowadays. You love it user for Minecraft and Valheim, and it has been installed. That's awesome. I need to look into Valheim. That's something that my brother plays a lot. Him and his wife. Yeah. You can get a pretty okay PC for not a whole lot. I guess it depends on what you're doing. I recently got the wife a laptop for Christmas, HP. Not that I was too fond of getting an HP because they're proprietary. But with her, I figured, you know, it's not really beneficial to get something that can be updated, aside from just updating regular things like RAM and storage. Because, you know, all of the stuff that she does is more or less simple. She's not doing, you know, stuff like I do, programming, video editing, you know, doing stuff with Blender, stuff like that. But got a laptop for her, brand new, and I think I paid $500 or $600 for it. And it's got, you know, it's fairly solid. I think it's the Ryzen 5, 32 gigs of RAM. I mean, it's a more than capable laptop for that amount of money. But I mean, that's a laptop. It's not a desktop. The desktop you'd probably be looking at more, but need to update to the PC. Did your PC stop working? Well, the 9-bone one I have from our fam server been working for up to 6 players, maybe more, because I loaded up the Skyblock world on that one. Yeah, I've been wanting to do a Skyblock. I want to do Skyblock with somebody else. I want to do like a multiplayer Skyblock. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Something else that intrigues me is the one block as well. I just don't have that much time. It needs updates, yeah. All right, so we got that. I guess we can go and get some sand. I appreciate you guys not letting me be bored while I'm gathering up all these materials. A lot more fun having a bunch of people to have good conversation with and hang out with while we're grinding it out. Trying to get some of this flat desert here. Semi-flat desert, I should say. Skyblock is fun, yeah, most definitely. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I would love to do Skyblock, especially multiplayer Skyblock. It'd be a ton of fun. I like the Skyblock that the where it brings challenges. Now, do you guys have the Skyblock where you just start off and you don't really have much of anything, or is it like the one to where you get that multi-block? I think, where it'll randomly give you a block. Hey, can one of you guys let the dogs out so they stop pacing? Okay. Thanks for letting the stream know. But yeah, no, I think that'd be a ton of fun. I like the challenges that Skyblock brings and the unique progression to it. Where you have to make cobblestone, yeah. Yeah, something else I want to do. That's the thing, is it always comes back to time. You know, that's why I haven't been dropping as much content on my channel lately. It's time. I've been so busy. But that's another thing that I wanted to do is make some escape rooms and stuff. You know, and maybe even potentially make some good escape rooms, and if I did that, potentially put them on Marketplace. You know, but Marketplace, becoming a Marketplace creator's kind of a longer process, and I don't think that you can just randomly apply. I think there's like an opening time where you have to apply, but make a bunch of different like really cool escape rooms. I'm talking more like difficult escape rooms, not ones that are kind of for everybody. I'm talking like ones that you would really have to scratch your brain for, which I mean might not meld well with being on Marketplace. Because for Marketplace you would want to kind of make it where everybody can do it, I think. But thank you for that, Denenzo. Renee says regular. We have the one to make cobblestone. Yeah, I think that's the one that I would like to. I would like the challenge of it. Jason, Rob, Val have been pretty active on it. The sky block that you start up with nothing. It's not a one block. I gotcha. Yeah, whenever I think of one block, I think of like just one block where they start off on just one piece of grass, and then they have to basically knock their health down until they are able to die in like one hit, and then they fall off of it, and they have to do it enough to where they have a zombie spawn before they die, but they can't fall too far. And then the zombie has to spawn with a shovel, and then with the shovel they are then able to use that to no, what do they do with the shovel? I'm trying to think. Get out of here, cactus. Oh, they have to wait for it to snow, and then whenever it snows they scoop up snowballs, and then the 4 snowballs they can make snow block. And then with the snow block, then that's an actual building block that's sustainable as long as you get more shovels in the future. So then you can build it out of snow, but you can't destroy the actual grass block because that's the only grass that you have. It's very interesting, but like I said, just to be able to get a shovel, like they've been talking on the series that I've seen, you know, 40, 50 hours just sitting there, pausing it, falling off, seeing if a zombie spawns, and they have to basically restart the game before it saves, and doing that over and over and over again. I'm like, it might have been cool to do if it was like you were the only person that has never done it before, just to prove that it's possible. But that's not really my idea of fun. I think it'd be fun once you got going in it, but the initial part of it would just be horrible. What do you guys think about hardcore series? Do you think hardcore series would be something that would be of interest to make content with? The escape room. Working. The Conjuring one you were working on way back in the day is gone, unfortunately, but it was incredible. Yeah. That's the thing with stuff like that. It'd be so much fun to, you know, especially if you can incorporate non-vanilla stuff into it, while building it, you know, with, you know, whether it be programming, command blocks, structure blocks, stuff like that. But I mean, there's so many different things that you can do. And, I think it'd be a ton of fun. That's what we should do, Renee. You and I, we should get together and we should make like a giant matrix escape room together and build like the entire thing, and then have like different parts of it where you would have to try and figure out how to go through it. That would be awesome. I know how much you love the Matrix. I don't want to die in the desert. Don't want to sleep. As long as you take risk. Yeah, that's not my strong suit.
You're still in the desert?
Yes, I'm still in the desert.
How did you play?
With my shovel.
And how is it not almost?
Because I have unbreaking on it. Yeah, that would be a ton of fun, and then be able to release it out to the community, and then you could even have people do like time trials and stuff. I mean, you could even do like a timer on it, programmed into it that comes with the world. That way people can't really cheat it. I mean, anything like that could be cheated with, you know, them doing, you know, going in, and if they know how to program and stuff like that. So I can't really say that they couldn't cheat it, but, you know, I would think the vast majority of people couldn't do it. Yeah, I think that would be really cool to have like a built-in timer. That way there could be like a scoreboard. Something else that really interests me as well is having escape rooms that change. Because you don't have to have one escape room that one has one way of getting out of it, and two only has one mode that you can do. You could do an escape room that changes every time you do it. Now, of course, there's going to be a substantial more amount of work. But I think that it would be something that would be very beneficial of doing. That way, you know, because what happens with escape rooms, people, they run a escape room and then they beat it and they're done. And they never play it again. Because, you know, it's the same old thing. But if you made one to where it was multiple different escape rooms, that I think would really have the potential of being a lot of fun. And I mean, you could even have it to where it randomly chose what it would do. So like it wouldn't even have to be a straight course. Like you could of course have predetermined courses, but those courses could of course be random too, to where like once you add in that random aspect, the amount of different things that you would have to do could be very significant. And that could also make it for, you know, a difficult time trial. But the only thing with that is a time trial would only be fair if the people are running the same consistent escape room, or like a leaderboard. Yeah, randomizer. Red or blue pill. Oh, that would be awesome. We'll have to talk more about this behind the scenes, Renee, because that sounds like that would be a ton of fun. Yeah, I mean, you could even have it change depending on like if you took the red pill or the blue pill. You could even put together custom textures, stuff like that. I mean, that's why I love Minecraft. Like, people's like, wow, I don't understand how you can play Minecraft so long, and you know, because it's so repetitive. Like playing the same game for, God, what has it been? I've been playing since around 2011. That's been well over a decade, and I would say I still enjoy this just as much as I do. Did the day that I started, honestly, if not more, because they've added in more stuff, right? A lot more to explore. You know, let's be honest. Whenever I started, the graphics were absolutely heinous. The lighting was heinous, but you know, the principles always still remain the same, and it's just been an overall. You know, that's why it's been the top game in history. You know, it's absolutely amazing. Welcome back, in Dragon. Good to have you back. And then, if you haven't, I highly encourage you to get into making things like add-ons or, you know, learning programming. Not that programming is easy to learn by any means. It's one of those things that's, you know, like Minecraft, you're always learning something new. But I think it's very rewarding because you could take things that, like, for example, FreeCam didn't exist. And then it's like, hey, well, I have this idea inside of my head. Well, I mean, it existed on Java, of course. But, you know, my idea is I want FreeCam on Bedrock. Okay, how can I make this happen? Well, I need to utilize the camera command. I know that. And how can I move the camera? Well, you can't just really teleport the camera around. I guess you could. But there's things that you would want to change with the camera and be able to control. So it's like, well, if I'm going to do that, I'm going to need to have an entity. And just like the camera rides the player on the entity, because all this is, whenever you break it down into code, is the camera is affixed to this entity object, which is me. And as I move forwards, it shows animation sequences with my hands bobbing. It progresses the player forward, and this is basically teleporting at a you know, linear speed of at 20 times per second, which is smoothly showing the player walking, even though I'm not really walking. That's just a combination of animations that you're seeing with my legs moving, and the player is teleporting forwards. That's all that's happening. So that's essentially what you do with FreeCam. So it's like, well, I just need to make this entity just like the player is and make it teleport forwards. And then, well, then you have to ask the question, well, how am I going to do that? Well, I can play in or tie into the player's input. And since we've been able to do that, now you tie into the input, which basically runs the teleport forward command, holding back teleport backwards command. You know, so this is all teleport commands running behind the scene, just running by the code. So yeah, but you have two limitations whenever it comes to the programming. One, it's what Minecraft has and has not added into the world yet, which is the biggest annoyance. But, you know, you have to understand that stuff takes time. And that's why Java add-ons or Java mods are so much further ahead than Bedrock, is because Bedrock doesn't have all of the access to near the amount of programming code as Java does. So once we're able to access the stuff like that, then at that point we'll be able to do, you know, stuff that's more along the lines of Java. And it's slowly being added in. As you can see, they recently added in the you know, the movement where you can detect from the joystick, and the jump and crouch buttons where you don't have to detect it from the player anymore. And that was the biggest reason between the new version of FreeCam and the old version of FreeCam. So once you have that, then it brings it to the second limitation, which is your imagination. Like, a lot of the things that you can think of with programming, you can do with, you know, some edge case scenarios. And a lot of it is accessible. It's just in order for you to add that as a, or for you to access that as an add-on creator, you have to know what the code is labeled as. So, and that's the biggest thing, is them giving us access to it. But I will say I am very happy as much, to see so much effort going into like the API system, where they're constantly making more things. Every update has, you know, changes to the API system, bringing out new code that we can use. And this basically translates to making it, you know, more capable add-ons for not only me, but for all the other, you know, add-on creators out there. All the behavior packs, the resource packs. Not a problem, Renee. You had to go and play Minecraft. You're the best coder in your school. You won 30 awards. That's cool. What languages do you program in? Good nighttime already. Even though I have released the custom days, I don't run that on the Project Bedrock server because I feel like that's too unvanilla. Even though I'm the creator of the pack, I feel like it's not really a vanilla add-on. But I did create it because I really thought that it would be beneficial for a lot of players. And I think that it's really cool that you can, you know, set your daytime to be, you know, whatever you want it to be, 30 minutes long, and then set your nighttime to where you can have your nighttime, you know, 5 minutes long. I think that's, you know, I think that'd be cool to have in the regular vanilla gameplay, honestly. Be able to set the duration of your days and nights. Like, custom world, I mean, why not? You can set all the other stuff. And then if, you know, people don't like the ability to change it, just have it as 10 minutes day, 10 minutes night, like it is with default. Then the person doesn't have to change it. One of the things that I've wanted to do with the city that I've been building is, you know, this is probably more applicable back when, you know, we had members on the server. But I wanted to make like a skyscraper tower, and then you would go into that tower with pretty much no armor, no gear, no nothing. And it would be floor after floor after floor after floor until you got to the very top. At the very top, there could be something like a leaderboard or something where you could like sign your name, and then maybe potentially have like a water elevator going back down or something like that. That could be really neat. But the thing that would be cool would be you would have to go up to a level, and then you would have to be like, say, there probably wouldn't be a floor one because that'd be like the starting lobby, and it'd probably be pretty large in there. That way it could be high enough. But then once you went up to the first level, which would be the second floor, it would basically have a quiz in there. So you would answer Minecraft based questions, and I mean, you could change these questions up to anything that you want, honestly. And then if you get the question right, and you can make these questions change as well. If you get the question right, then you progress to the next floor. But if you get the question wrong, it basically opens up a door on the side of the building and kicks you out of it, and then you fall to your death. And the thing is you could make leaderboards to where you could see how high you could get in the actual skyscraper. Or if you got to the top, you could actually sign your name on the leaderboard, which I think would be really cool. Or, you know, it could also be a leaderboard of how many levels you got before you died. I think that would be really cool as well. Yeah, I thought that it would always be a really fun thing to have for like multiplayer people to come on, kind of like intertwine, almost like a gaming district into the city that I'm building. And I'm telling you guys now, that is going to happen on this world. So if anything, you guys will be able to download this after I release it, after I get done with this, and then you'll be able to go through this and hopefully be able to make it to the top with the Minecraft questions. All the questions I'll verify, make sure that they are accurate answers and stuff like that. But could be quite a bit of fun. It could be you know, like I said, where you change the questions, change the questions and then have your answers A, B, C, or D, basically multiple choice. And I don't think that'd be too hard to do from a redstone standpoint. You can basically have it give you a piece of paper or a note and or a written book, and then have 4 buttons on the wall, A, B, C, and D, and then in the book have what button correlates to. So like button A could be blue, button red, or button button B could, I've just confused myself. So like well, let's do buttons 1, 2, 3, and 4. So button 1 could be blue, button 2 could be red, button 3 could be yellow. That way, you know, with you dispersing the book or whatever, that way you don't have to physically change the buttons. You know, the buttons still remain the same, but the book will actually tell you what each one of those mean. That way you could base your answer off of that. No, button, B-U-D-D-E-N. Baton. Button. Yeah, but that's something that I've really wanted to build for quite some time. I think that that would be so much fun to do. It'd be even funner if I could find a way of like preloading questions in there to where I don't know the answers to them. I don't know exactly how I would do that, but that'd be pretty fun. But also have to come up with a redstone contraption for it, because you not only need a way of tracking what question it is, because the redstone system would have to keep track of that. You would also have to keep track of the variability of the answers as well. And they would have to, you know, be accurately tracked. That way, you know, if you answered correctly on a question, you would actually answer correctly instead of, you know, not answering correctly. Because then you would be shoved off the side of the building into your death for no reason, which is frowned upon. Man, I need some TNT. Man, I got all that. Let's go make some TNT. I don't know if it'll be more efficient. I think it will be, but it will certainly be funner. I'll keep that bed here, and towards the mesa, I think it would be, I remember it was 13 something 5,000, so it's got to be this way. Yeah, I mean, I could even get somebody else to load it. Just come up with like a more or less simple way of loading them. I don't think that'd be that much trouble to do. That way at least I could play it. That way if it ended up like the King of the Hill. But yeah, I agree. We most certainly do. Okay, 3,000. I think it'd be back this way. $5,000. Man, I traveled quite a ways from it, didn't I? Yeah, I remember that one. I gotta be getting close. I want to say it's next to this jungle over here. Yeah, that would be epic. Hmm. But yeah, like the escape room and stuff. If we did like a escape room and then eventually got on the marketplace, you know, put it for, you know, whatever we can put it for, you know, whatever's reasonable. Then like if that's something that we put together with like the Matrix Renee, would just go into that and then split it 50-50, that'd be awesome. Be able to put something like that out there for the community, for all the players to enjoy on their consoles and whatever else. I'd have to look into what all's required to become a marketplace content creator. In my opinion. $2.99, are you out of your mind? Yeah. Well, I mean, stuff like that. I mean, the people that's going to complain is going to complain. But at the end of the day, the people that want to, you know, one, support you, they would probably be more than willing to, you know, pay $2.99 if they know that it's going to support you and support you creating more stuff like this. But the thing is that a lot of people don't realize is that one, like the amount of time, and I've gone over this inside of the live streams before, the amount of time that content creators just put into an episode. I mean, even like a episode of this, like that last episode, if y'all watched it, that was a shorter episode. That was probably 20 hours worth of work. So yeah, you can also do it based on you enjoying it, which is great. I think that's a wonderful reason to do that as well. But then you have other people like me, which I do it because I do enjoy it. But, you know, the monetization is nice as well, where you can get, you know, a little kickback that you're not really counting for, because that monetization can allow you to do more stuff for your channel, and it can also incentivize you to do more stuff. You know, it can motivate you to do more stuff, and it makes you spending that amount of time more justifiable. Whereas, like, if I spend 20 hours, you know, putting a video together, that's 20 hours I could be spending with my wife and kids. You know, and a lot of people don't realize that. They just look at, you know, what they get out of the deal, which is fine. But it's, you know, I think that, you know, it comes down to stuff like that. Like, if you want it, buy it. If you don't, then don't. You know, that's literally how simple it is, and people overcomplicate it. You know, but for a lot of people to, well, I shouldn't even say a lot of people, but, you know, some viewers to, you know, turn around and be like, oh, well, you should never charge for nothing. Like, okay, well, what about the power that I'm using to make these videos for you on that power bill that I have to pay every month? You know, what about my system going down and, you know, I have to spend $3,000 on a graphics card? That's something that they don't really think about. So it's like, am I breaking even, or am I literally investing myself and like charging myself money to put out content? I think that's just a lot of things, and I don't think that, you know, a lot of people do it unintentionally, or intentionally, I should say. I just think that it's a lot of parts of the content creation that falls by the wayside, you know? Like, you look at Mr. Beast. Mr. Beast is so successful because he's built up his empire to where he's able to invest that kind of money. Like, to where he can now go and take a Lamborghini and crash it, you know? No, there's not Lamborghinis in Minecraft. I'm talking about in real life. But to be able to do that, like, a regular content creator cannot afford to do that. But if you're Mr. Beast, you can. You know, that all comes from, you know, building your empire by investing in it. You know, and that's, you know, fans investing in you. But anyways, that's enough ranting with that. That's not even really a rant. I think that it's just something that, you know, it's a good conversation to have because, like I said, I don't think a lot of people really think about it in that point of view, you know? Renee, I named my discounting zombie blue light special. Trying to think of oh, that's the name of my zombie that I had, was Rob. So I always thought it was comical that it was named Rob Zombie. So where were we? We need some boom boom dust, which is somewhere in here. Here's some, but we're gonna need a whole lot more than that. I should probably check my phone. Hang on 1 second, guys. Okay. Price is the furthest. The problem is that I have kind of gone so long without playing on this that I've kind of forgotten what I have and what I don't. Even like farms. Like, do I have a gunpowder farm? I can't remember. Sure, I have a gunpowder farm. Or maybe I don't. I can't remember. I can't remember what world it's on. That's horrible. I know I got a witch farm. That might be how I was getting gunpowder on this one. Excuse you, zombie called Rob? Rob Zombie, the singer, man. Or maybe I just named it after you. I just figured that I would name the zombie after my bestest pal. Why do I have cacti in here? Confuses the youngins and makes me happy. Hey BK, we can ship your pants. Don't know why I have that either. I keep on thinking that I have the Season 1 Industrial District on here. So I think my witch farm was down here to the left. Somewhere down here. Is it here? No. Farm. Civilization. That's so something that GG would write. Okay, this might be here. I don't think I've ever seen those commercials. It doesn't ring a bell. I thought that you initially said like BK, like Burger King. I would look them up. I'd probably get copyright though. Can't see coordinates on my... Wait a minute. Is that broken? It just totally must have bugged out because I just looked up there and coordinates were not up there, but they're up there now. That was weird. Kmart commercials when they changed their name to Big K. Oh yeah, I miss Kmart. Kmart used to be a it's not where I wanted to go. It's not where I wanted to go at all. Okay. We shall fix this. I mean, I don't really want to destroy stuff that's not mine. I have no idea how this is gonna work out, just so y'all know. Let's go. In the portal. Fast, 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 fast. Not fast enough. Dang it. Ooh, well, that was convenient. I think I got 3 more tries. Mm-hmm. See you later, sucker. Yep. So I'm hoping that it'll load that side of the world and blow it up. I don't want to go back there. It's linking to the wrong portal. Oh, I heard something. Really? You mean to tell me I'm gonna have to fly all the way back? I will tell you, I think some kind of corruption happened whenever we had that world corruption, because the portals have always been so weird on this. Like, they link in places that should not link. Mm-hmm. Nah, just really far away. I actually think this is relatively close to where I'm at. Nope. There's a gold farm. I think that's GG's. One of my pals, one of my friends. You know, actually, she has a portal here. Do that. I'm not blowing up hers. I don't break the stuff that doesn't belong to me, unlike you destroying your sister's stuff. Yeah, I miss Kmart. I used to get a bunch of shoes and stuff from there. They went out of business. There's a lot of stuff like that. It just makes you straight up sad thinking about it. Like Blockbusters. I used to love going to Blockbusters and renting movies. Or like back when they had games. Okay. Ellen's face. Make it. Built the trees. Alright. Sisters deserve it. Yeah, my daughter's my good child. My son's like a Tasmanian devil. No, they're both good kids. It's not nice. I just said that you're a good kid. I was playing. By digging. Alright, so apparently this is not going where it's supposed to. Let's I guess go into free cam and see exactly where this is at. Okay, well, maybe this is just the wrong portal. I wonder if when they were making that, I wonder if they broke my portal. I can't remember. And it stinks because I don't remember what coordinate my witch farm would be. I mean, that's got to be relatively close, right? And whenever I make my portals, I make them exactly on the Z chord. So with a little bit of math, or the coordinates, I should be able to. Let's see, 172, 500. We do a little bit of math real quick. Hold on, let me bring up my calculator. If I can find my calculator. Apparently, it's not pinned on my hotbar. Beans. Okay, so that would have been 172 times 8. 1376. And then 500 times 8 would be 4,000. I should have known that off the top of my head. Right? Oh, man. I know there was a crafting table up here. What if... Do I have... Where's my workstation box? Oh, I do. It'd be a little bit on the cheeky side, but... On the spectator mode. Just leave that one down. Wait, nope. Oh, I want my ender chest. Oh no, I can't get my ender chest. I didn't put down a crafting table. I can't get out. Okay, I'll dig down to it. Alright, you guys, oh, I guess I could just put that in here in the boards. Let's see. Type. Copy cords. Paste cords. Okay, I need to dig down there. And hopefully there's a crafting table. Wonderful. Okay, so that was 1372, so 72 by 89. Oh man. Do I have stone? Yes, I do. I can make a button. That'll work. So I wanted to be able to fly out of here, but let's face it, I'm not going to be able to fly out of here. I got water down there. Put a button there. Then I'll be able to fly out. Be good as new. Nothing ever happened. As long as I don't dig down into lava. So I also want to break this portal. Throw all this garbage I just picked up out. Wait, did I get... Oh, I must have just landed on it and broke it. I was like, how did I get a brewing stand? Garbage. Combine that. What do you guys think about the bundles now that they've been added and kind of had a little bit of time to use them? I personally have not really used them other than like in a beta world. I'm curious to see what y'all's thoughts are. I feel like, then probably the reason why I haven't used them is I feel like I'm kind of at the point of the game where the bundles would be utterly pointless. I feel like the bundles are mainly for like a early game. I feel like they really don't have any use. Okay, so I need to be going to 13, let's call that 1400, 4000. I mean, it's close. Okay, well, there's no way that that was my tunnel then. GG, if you're still watching, I'm sorry. That's why Mojang includes the corner blocks for instances like this. The uses that I would think of for the bundles, would be, I think they'd be great for like gifts and stuff on multiplayer servers. I think that'd be really cool. The main thing that screams to me is early game, like whenever you're like, because one of the things that I like to do early game is go around and gather up as many like flowers and stuff like that that I can. That way I have, you know, the resources that I need. That way whenever I get a base going, then I'll just be able to... I could have sworn I was right next to GG's witch farm. Once I get a base going and stuff, then I got all the flowers and stuff. And, then I can make dye and whatnot. Maybe it's here. Oh, it's not there. Yeah, I feel like I would have to really give it a good go and try it before I knock it type of thing. Alright, so would they be this way? Actually, I feel like it should be like this way. Shopping district. Okay, so it's not down this one. Weird light glitches. Oh, maybe that's why I'm getting confused, because that goes back to the meadow there.
I just hope.
Mm-hmm. I think this is it. Good to keep your pockets more organized. Wait, what? Broken trial chamber. Okay, so that was most definitely not mine. I don't know where I put my witch farm. I could have sworn that it was down the tunnel with filter trees. I don't think it's this. No, definitely not that. That leads out to lava. I wonder if it got covered up. Nope. For example, you can carry a stone cutter, crafting table, and a furnace all in one slot to move to a project area. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, I didn't think about that. Because those are all technically stackable. Ah, I think this is it. I think. Or maybe not. I mean, there's another one here. Is this it? Did I just miss this the whole time? This is it. Yeah, here it is. Oh, I'm like, where did it go? The world hasn't loaded in yet. That's the end of the chunk. Okay. So, apparently I've just been flying by it the whole time. Okay. Well, at least I found it. Been like a ways down here though. You just gotta be careful, because you'll splatificate yourself. Then you lose all your stuff. Don't ask me how I know. More rockets. Okay, this should be my witch farm. I hope. I got you. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of different use cases for it that I haven't quite thought of. Aha! I knew I wasn't that crazy. No. All those sticky blocks. Redstone. Alright, we got sticks. We're looking for... Yeah, that's the stuff right there. That's what we need. We gonna blow some stuff up, boys and girls. We're gonna blow it all up. Get on my stool here so I can get it. I think a couple of these were, right? No, maybe not. Okay. Little bit at a time. Oh. You will see quite a bit of those. I'm ridding the world of them. Those were from the packs that used to be on here, but they broke during the update, so now they're no longer on here. Fire resistance, swiftness. A couple of those just to run a little faster. Oh, that was almost close. Me breaking my face up against the wall. No. Oh, this is a different one, isn't it? Okay. Meadow. Shopping district. Oh, so it's directly across. Alright, we should be able to put this together and get a whole lot of explosives. And gunpowder. Need to throw together a auto crafter for this one of these days. I'm trying to not build unintentionally though. Like I want to be able to have a building for every purpose. A building for everything. I guess whatever I don't use, I just throw into the blast chamber. Then this we can just boop. See how much is in here. Hmm. Three stacks of TNT. I think that should be sufficient. Got rockets. We probably need some golden carrots. Just don't know where to get golden carrots. Thing. Is there any in here? I was growing my own. Okay, there's some carrots. Now we just need the golden part. Yeah, that'll work. Please get some of them. I think I got some more gold over there inside of a shulker box also. Have I ever mentioned how freaking expensive these things are? Holy cow. I remembered one of these had a few blocks of gold in it. There's that, but that's not what I'm looking for. There should be more. I want to say it was over here somewhere. Watch, it's gonna be the very last one. Hold an apple. Nope. I guess I was remembering wrong. Unless I moved it. Okay. Well, I guess we'll break this down into the gold nuggets and see how far that gets us, and that'll have to be good enough. Here, these can be our rainy day carrots. I mean, that should last a good bit. I'll stick it in there with my sweet potatoes. Wait, there's regular carrots. Okay, so it's this way for the desert. We need to like label these. Should be able to blow up quite a bit of stuff with 3 stacks of TNT. I would think. Great, now I gotta find a bed. Oh, I think the bed's way over there. Wait, where's the village? There's a village close to here. There we go. Let's just go over here and smack one of these guys, take the bed. How's it going, sir? Yoink. Thank you. Sorry. I'm gonna sleep with your other villager. Up. Don't get next to it. You're going to light it on fire. Blowing everything up. I'm not blowing up everything. Blowing up most of everything. You get sand. Seemed like the fun thing to do. Wasting my block. Not a waste if it's fun. Like this. Oh wow, that made a bigger hole than I thought it would. I don't know, that's a lot of sandstone. I'm not sure. Not sure if I want sandstone or not. I'm sure I should probably get some for future builds. Future builds or builds that I do in the future. No, I haven't built them yet. Because they're in my brain. You know what? The sand's probably closer to the surface. Just don't want it to despawn. Despawn. Despawn means that it's going to disappear after 5 minutes. It can. Should have probably been doing this with an empty inventory. Yeah, I'll get them in a minute. I just want to make sure I'm getting all the sand. Welcome in, Zero. I'm doing okay. I can't complain. I'm not allowed to. I'm just kidding. I was trying to get some TNT, or trying to get some sand with some TNT. Trying to see if it's more efficient using TNT. Now that TNT drops 100% of the items. Nope. Sorry, little bunny rabbit. That's just plain out dangerous. A world eater? That's cool. Yeah, I can only imagine. Is it the one that Silent just released? I haven't watched it. I saw it pop up on my feed though. Alright, I'm gonna put myself inside of a little cave here and run to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Welcome in, TM. Joined a hardcore SMP and then died 4 hours into it. Yeah, that sounds like something that I would do. Oh, I'm surprised that it's still daytime out here. Back in the hole. Little more than you need. How big of an area are you making, Epic? Those can be a lot of work, even with the World Eater. You know, cleaning it up and making it look good. Come on, you know you want to let me sleep. It's a very slick machine. Yeah. That sounds like fun. Just very resource heavy on Bedrock Edition. Without having TNT dupers. Let's try and do a line of it, I guess. Well, a line of explodification. That does not sound very PG-13. Don't exactly know what the ideal distance apart is. Probably like 2 or 3 blocks, like in the nether, I would think, but we're not going for perfection. Little bunny, I would move if I were you. Unless you want to be turned into rabbits too. Ow. The only thing with it being that close, I feel like it's like blowing up like a lot of the sand. Get that one off. All right, so that worked well. They're pretty far apart where you're not like blowing up the sand of the other one, I would think. Although it's not as fast and as satisfying, but I think as far as efficiency, that'd probably be a lot better. I'm gathering up materials to make a skyscraper. The very first building in my city. I might show it to you guys at the end of the stream, since you guys have been hanging out and been cool and there's not a ton of people in here. I might show it to you. Get a little sneak peek. Although it's not fully done. Epic says I already did 100 by 100. That was Y83 to Y5. Built my base. Now doing 80 by 80 from Y5 to Bedrock. Oh wow. Yeah, once you get down to Bedrock, it's a whole nother game. I think it blasts pretty easily with TNT though. Yes, you can indeed light TNT with a fire aspect sword. Very handy. Since when? I think if I remember right, it's been a bug for a while that you couldn't, and I think they just recently fixed it. If anybody knows that's the case, let me know. Oh no, I didn't. Yeah, you're right. I don't have any game audio. Might just be turned down in settings. Maybe this. Thought I had game audio, but I didn't hear any explosions, which was weird. We're gonna find out right now. No, I should have got that sand first. Give me the sand. Well, that one went boom. Can you hear it better now? I think it was just quiet before. I think I turned it down because of like maybe the note block ticking or something. I can't remember. It was something that was annoying me, so I turned it down. Two more. Okay, so I guess we need more in this one. I would run if I were you, little bunny. Not into the cactus. You should have listened to me. So what happens when you don't listen? I mean, I think that that's probably pretty efficient. I've gotten quite a bit of sand. I mean, it might be more efficient to dig it. I don't know. So, about a month ago, I just downloaded a a new game on Steam. I don't know if you guys have seen it or heard of it, but the name of it's Body Cam. Has anybody played that or seen it? No worries, Renee. Thanks for dropping in. Shoot me a message and we can discuss what we were talking about earlier. I'm not going to be good. I might be nice. And thank you. Thanks for dropping in. I think I should be good for sand right now. I've already kind of been stocking up behind the scenes. Thank you, Renee. I'll talk at you later. Thanks for dropping in. Random sandstone. Okay, so that's the okay, there's the portal. We were talking about tutorials earlier and what other tutorials I plan on making. Another one that I want to make is kind of like I have on here, but I want to do it a lot more compact. The one of my best performing videos is my mud, clay, concrete farm, and then that would normally go into a cuber. However, with the TNT now dropping 100% drop rate, I think it makes more sense now than ever to use blast chambers, which is why I made the blast chamber on this one on the server, and it works actually very, very well, and it's actually very efficient, given that it's set up right. But I think one of the next tutorials I'm going to do is going to be another mud clay farm, concrete farm, and then also make like an auxiliary input where I could potentially have it to where, like, if you wanted to add, say, another farm to it. So for example, if I don't know what just happened. That was a huge lag spike. So if you wanted to add like a tree farm into it or something, then you could just push logs into it and utilize the blast chamber. But the main part of the farm, I would just use my my tried and true concrete mud maker, mud machine, and then I would push that into a large cuber, basically what I'm doing here. But I want to try and make it as small and compact as possible. So like for this one, jump into free cam here. This one up here, we basically have my little mud cuber concrete converter, and then it basically pushes everything, and then it will go into a splitter which splits it 4 different ways, and then it goes down into a blast chamber, and then the blast chamber basically drops the TNT, blowing all this up. Down a little slower. Once this gets all the way filled up, it basically drops the TNT right in the middle and it blows it all up, and then it all goes down into the bottom. But I want to see if I can make this a lot more compact and make it to where it's easy to build in a tutorial sense. And I think that'd be a really cool tutorial to make. So, let's, not a thunderstorm, right? Okay. I guess we can start by just spreading all this stuff out. Man, I've been going through some rockets. Alright, let's just throw this in here for now. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's very, very handy. So I guess I should probably try to separate the sandstone. And I'll do this box for sandstone. Welcome in, Redney. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Okay, that's all sandstone. That's the mixture. Quite a bit of sandstone. Okay, that looks like that's all sand, all sand. Okay, this looks like it's all sandstone. Okay, so maybe let's convert this one over to sandstone. What do you want, Pig? I'm trying to sort stuff out here. Get semi-organized. There it is. So it looks like we got quite a bit of sand. Just like a stack and a half of TNT. So that's one full there. That's all sandstone. Sandstone. Okay. It's all sandstone. I have another one down here. Welcome in, Giddle. Good to see you. No, I've had a paid day off work with it being a holiday. Unfortunately, the wifey did not, so she is unfortunately working. which allowed me to have some time to sit down and get some streaming done. Been wanting to hang out with you guys. It's just been so busy I haven't had the chance, unfortunately. But I always do still try to make time whenever I can. We got 1 box, 2 box. This is sandstone. Just fix my OCD here. Alright, so we got... Oh wow, so we got quite a bit. So we got 1... Is this got sand? No sand there. So we got like almost half there. And 1, 2... Sandstone, sandstone. 3. So 1, and then 2, 3, 3.5. So 3.5 shulker boxes full of sand. Now, given I had a little bit also left over, so probably 3 shulker boxes of sand from 1 stack of TNT. So I don't think that's bad. And it could probably be even more efficient than what I was doing. Oh yeah. Most certainly. Now the problem with this is I'm going to have enough gravel. Might have gravel up here. And probably gonna need to grab some more rockets too. Okay, some there. Ooh, more sand. More gravel. Alright, so we got a little bit. Then we need some white dye. Apparently I left it down here. Yeah. Oh, with the gravel? No. I got the that huge piglin bartering farm under there that I just AFK at, and then I get a ton of gravel. Yeah, for gravel, instead of mining the ocean, what I would recommend, I mean, you could always do it that way too. The water's a pain in the butt, and then having the ground, the drowned, they are a pain in the butt also. But there are, if you look on like chunk base and stuff, you can find like gravel hills or gravel shoreline or something along that line where you can actually find a huge amount of gravel relatively easily. And that's what I recommend if you need gravel if you don't have a bartering farm. Oh, at least I got plenty of bone meal. I need to make more white dye. I think these should be white. Yes. All right, Giddle, thanks for dropping in. Good to see you. All right, with like the concrete machine here, and let me jump into free cam so we can go out here, and I'll take a second to get this set up where we can see everything. Maybe right there, and then we can go into free cam lock. That way I can move my player here. And then we should just be able to hold down the place button. But you can see how this would actually work with placing all this down. Then it basically goes through that next to that water source. And then that water source will turn it into hard concrete. And then it basically just snakes down and around into the blasting chamber. And then once we get down to that blasting chamber at the bottom, then once it gets full, I can try and zoom in. Yeah. Once it gets full, you'll see at the very bottom, once that concrete pushes over, it will actually detect the system backing up, and then it'll drop a TNT. But right now, it should drop a TNT. It should. That's weird. Why did it not drop it? Did it not fully detect that it's backed up? Let me see. No, it's not fully backed up. I don't know why. Bless you. No, maybe it was still feeding in on that side, I guess. Is this backed up? Nah, that's not backed up. Maybe I just didn't wait long enough. I'm gonna say I've never actually had this thing break before. I'm not saying it's not possible. Let's see if we can get a good view here. Down here at the blasting chamber. I also need to get a view where I can see what I'm doing placing in those blocks too. Okay, free cam lock, and then nope, that's definitely not where it goes. Nope, neither is that. There we go. Yeah, I guess I just wasn't holding it down long enough, so it's got to fill up the entire thing completely. And then once it fills it all up, yeah, you could just see that it just dropped that TNT. And then blew it all up. And then the rest of it will go all the way down here to be sorted out, which is pretty neat. And I already got quite a bit in here. So I'm going to be doing a lot more of that off of camera, trying to get all this white concrete and such. What I'm going to do, probably go and park myself back over here, and I'm going to be ending the stream. You got to do your homework. Well, I hope that your homework goes well. Let me block myself in here too. Apparently I misplacing stuff all over the place. But I'm going to block myself in here, and then this is going to be the end of the stream. However, I do want to jump over and show you guys what I've been working on and why we're grinding all of the materials. Give you a sneak peek of the what's to come on the next episode of Project Bedrock. So this is the city. Well, this is the first building that's going to be going into the city. And if you guys are familiar with Grand Theft Auto, you might recognize this building here. It's one of the most popular buildings in the game. And this is what's going to be going around the entire gold farm. Gold farm, iron farm, and everything else. This will be our very first building. This is totally custom built, just looking at reference images and such online. And it's taken me quite a bit of time to get the scaling and stuff right. I might still extend the bottom of this out a little bit, and then also extend it out on this side a little bit as well. But yeah, this is going to be the very first building. And let me jump into free cam because I can move around a little faster with free cam here. And yeah, I think that it really came out well. I've been working on the little details and such. I don't know if I want to make this to where I can see all the way through it or not. I got glass in there for now, and you can kind of see all the way through the building. I don't know if I should leave it like that, or if I should make like white walls or maybe darker walls on the inside. That way you can't see all the way through it. So I'm most certainly open to your suggestions on that. But yeah, this is what I've been working on. I'm trying to think of the name of it. Oh, I don't know why I can't remember the name. My brain's drawing a blank here. Let's see here if I can look it up. Now look at one of my reference images. Should be up here somewhere. Literally got it on the tip of my tongue. Eclipse Tower, there we go. So Eclipse Tower is what this is supposed to be, and hopefully it looks similar to it, or pretty close to it. What I was saying earlier about gathering up the materials and such, the bottom of it's kind of like a brownish tannish, and this was what I'm gathering up that material for from the Badlands biome. However, I don't know if it 100% matches it. That might change in the future, but yeah, for now I think that's coming along really good. We got like the AC units and stuff on top. All of that might be tweaked in the future. Got all these AC units at the very top of the building. Got these, which are going to be elevator shafts on each side of the building. That way we can have elevators that are going to be working in it. And then have a bunch of floors. Well, I mean, with this one, probably not going to be a bunch of floors because there's already pre-existing structure in here. But there's certainly going to be a few floors in there. So, really need to see if I'm going to be putting a backing behind this. That way it's not totally see-through. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards, is making it where it's not see-through. I believe the real building is 28 stories. Iris, I can tell you that there's 25 little squiggly bits. Because I originally designed this. And let me show you the original one that I had, and that's why I made a backup in case, you know, in case the other one I liked more. So this was the original one, but it wasn't accurate to the build because these sections were 2 blocks apart, as opposed to the one I just showed you are 3 blocks apart. And this one is more narrow. I've extended the other one a lot more, so now it's more of like a rectangle. But you can see these are a lot closer together, and it wasn't a accurate representation of the building, because the building, the reference building on Grand Theft Auto has 25 of those, I guess they would be more properly called fins, instead of squiggly bits. But if I did 25 of them, making them 2 blocks wider, the scale wouldn't work, and then also it would be a lot shorter, which would not work because I already have a pre-existing gold farm in there. So I decided to make them 3 blocks apart from like here to here. So now they're be 3 blocks with the new one, and it seems like it's works out a lot better that way, in my opinion. And then I made it a lot wider too, because this, as you can see, is a lot more square. And the reference image, let me see here. Reference image that I was using. Would be like this one. So I think it's pretty close. Not too shabby. I still got, you know, more detail work and stuff to do on it, but I think it's coming along. And then put this tab back in here. Then here's another image of it. You can see the brown at the very bottom. Yeah, the brown at the very bottom. Yeah, I think it's going to be cool too. I'm really excited for it. But after making the changes, don't worry about all that. That's add-on that I was making or designing. But after making, oh, I just clicked on the same world. Okay, take 3. Yeah, and this is just one of the buildings I'm going to be doing. Like I said, I'm going to be making this. It's going to be an entire city. But I mean, going back to the time mode, or the time frames, like I was saying, where like content creators use tools to make buildings and stuff like this. This build here that I've done, and I've done it entirely in creative mode, using commands and structure blocks and stuff to assist my building, and I'm still probably 8 to 10 hours into this building, just by, you know, designing it and building it. So again, a lot of people will kind of, you know, crack on content creators for using stuff like structure, but again, it's, you know, if I tried to like design this thing in whole and survival, you could quadruple that. You know, it'd take me 50 hours just to build a build, you know, and then time-lapse quality where you have to constantly tear things apart and redesign it, and just, I think structure and stuff like that makes a lot of sense being a content creator, but not everybody shares that feeling, which is fine. So yeah, this will be one of them. And as per scale, I don't know if this is going to be enough room. I mean, that building's huge, to be honest. So I mean, I foresee me having to tear out this whole mountain and then tear out all the forests, maybe even tear out the woodland mansion, maybe even wrap around and go back this way, just so the scale's right. But I mean, I think it looks a little awkward now just because it's one giant building there, but I think once we get these other buildings in, it's gonna start looking a lot more proportionate. Oh, so I can do two different things. See, the thing is, I don't know if, with this being my Minecraft only channel, I don't know if I should be streaming a different game on it. So I can either end the stream now, and then that would be the end of the stream, obviously. Or I can put on that other game that I was talking about called Body Cam. Play a few games of that. Show you guys what that's like. It does have a zombie, like Call of Duty Zombies, but it's body cam, and in my opinion, I don't know. I would lean towards I like the body cam zombies better, and I really like the Call of Duty Zombies. If that says anything, but it's a pretty cool game. So I'll let you guys decide on that. If you want to, if you want me to keep streaming, I'll play a couple rounds of that, probably for the next 20 minutes, 30 minutes. If not, I can just end the stream here. You guys just let me know what you think.